Today, we're going to take a deep dive in a case that took place in Iowa. What if a friendly gesture was actually a weapon? This past weekend, the state of Iowa and the rest of the country was rocked by a case that seems more like a psychological thriller than in real life. It's being called the lasagna miscarriage plot. Today, a husband and wife sits behind bars accused of a crime that's defined by sheer cold-blooded creativity, using a family-sized tray of lasagna to attempt a chemical abortion on an unsuspected pregnant woman.
Allegedly drugged a lasagna dish, determined to terminate another woman's pregnancy. The local county sheriff's office telling Oxygen.com an investigation began in January surrounding Amber Snow.
The conflict. Amber Dina Snow and Matthew Uthoff didn't use a gun or knife. They used comfort food and high-dose narcotics. On Saturday, March 28th, 2026, the final arrest was made in months-long investigation that revealed a web of text messages, custody battles, and a poison meal delivered just 3 days after Christmas. But the most chilling part, a child was allegedly used as a pawn in the delivery, standing by as their mother handed over a meal laced with enough oxycodone to potentially kill. The call to action. As the suspects sit in the Wenatchee County Jail, the internet is scouring every court document and every social media post to understand why. Was this a move for custody, a personal vendetta, or something even darker? Today, we are breaking down the forensic trial, the failed plot, and the 72 hours that turned a quiet decor neighborhood into a national crime scene. You need to hear this because the evidence that's being released right now changes everything we thought we knew about this vicious betrayal. The delivery. The crime took place in a small town of Decorah, Iowa, on December 28th, 2025. 36-year-old Amber Dina Snow and her husband, 35-year-old Matthew Uthoff, allegedly prepared a family sized pan of lasagna. To the naked eye, it looked like a post holiday meal. However, investigators alleged the couple had ground up a significant amount of oxycodone, a powerful and dangerous opioid, and baked it directly into the layers of the pasta. They then hand delivered this gift to a local woman who was known to be pregnant. The motive, a family divided. The viral interest in this case stems largely from the motive, which is rooted in a messy family dynamic. Court documents revealed that Amber Snow shares a child with a member of the victim's family. The target, the victim was a pregnant woman related to Snow's ex partner. The goal, the prosecutor's theory is that Snow and Uthoff intended to force a miscarriage to eliminate the new addition to the family line that might complicate their own custody or the family standings. The child witness. Chillingly, a juvenile, Snow's child, was present during the delivery. Reports indicate that the child was aware of the plot and even objected to it, but the adults proceeded anyway. The forensic investigation, January through March 2026. While the delivery happened in December, the viciousness of the act was only confirmed through a long forensic process. The suspicion, the family that received the lasagna became suspicious. The exact reason for their suspicion hasn't been fully disclosed, but the report suggests that the smell or the texture of the dish was off. They contacted the Wenatchee County Sheriff's Office in early January. The lab results. The lasagna was sent to the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation, DCI. After weeks of testing, the lab confirmed the high concentration of oxycodone within the food. The result. Fortunately, the intended victim did not lose her pregnancy. The plot failed, but the intent was documented. The paper trail of guilt. What makes this case a researcher's dream is the digital evidence. Police obtained warrants for the couple's phones and found a series of text messages between Snow and Uthoff. These messages allegedly detailed the sources of the pills, the preparation of the meal, calculations on how much of the drug would be needed to end the pregnancy. The couple even reportedly admitted to some aspects of the plan during police interviews, which is a rare and major development for such a high profile case. The recent arrest and viral peak last 72 hours. The reason this is trending now is the timing of the arrest and the bond hearings. Amber Snow was arrested first on March 10th, 2026. Her bond was set at a staggering $1 million initially, later adjusted in some reports to $100,000 cash only, signaling how dangerous the state considers her. Matthew Uthoff was arrested this past Thursday, March 26, 2026, with his details hitting the national news cycle over the weekend. The charges both face a laundry list of felonies, including attempted termination of a human pregnancy without consent, delivery of a controlled substance, administering a harmful substance, and child endangerment. The national coverage. As of today, Monday, March 30th, this is the number one trending crime topic because it touches on several sensitive American flashpoints: the opioid crisis, reproduction rights, and the sanctity of the home. The lasagna miscarriage plot just isn't a bizarre headline, but it's a terrifying look at the lengths that people will go to when fueled by resentment and premeditated malice. So as we sit here and wait for the next court date for Amber Snow and Matthew Uhoth, the legal community is watching closely. This trial is going to push the boundaries of how we look at vicious intent. My question is, how do you defend against a paper trail of texts that outline the destruction of life? Also, how does a community heal when their very idea of neighborly trust has been poisoned, literally? But beyond the forensics and headlines, there's a family at the center of this that is now living through a trauma that no one could have prepared for. The fact that a failed plot is the only reason we're not talking about a much more tragic outcome is a chilling reality when it pertains to this case. I want to hear from you on this one. In the era where every move is tracked and every text is archived, do you think justice will be swift, or are we looking at the beginning of a long, drawn out legal battle against the intent behind that meal? So be sure to drop your thoughts and theories in the comments, and let's keep the conversation respectful, and let's keep the conversation going as we follow the developments that's coming out of Iowa. Once again, it's been fun. I appreciate you for checking out what the hell is going on news. My name is Aki. Stay vigilant. God bless. Peace.